Hi, good evening. It's Wednesday night, it's 9 o'clock and it's time for night time with Nelly. How are we all? Good evening. Welcome to tonight's show. I have spent a day today, a couple of hours this afternoon where I got some free time. So I have done my complete skin, really pampered my skin and give myself a blow dry and straightened my hair and did a hair mask and just spent the afternoon loving myself. If you've been watching my Instagram stories, you'll know what else I've been doing. But good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. How are we all? I'm here and I'm fresh-faced because I've got all my skincare routine on, so I didn't want to slap any eyebrows on. This'll have to fucking do. But how are we? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It's time for night time with Nelly. What I will say is, I'll just give you a bit of a warning. I spent a little bit this afternoon watching the documentary about Jade Goody, which is Jade, the reality star that changed Britain. Fucking hell, I had to get pot towel out. I was absolutely sobbing me fucking heart out. I were. Oh dear God, Jade Goody, wherever you may be, God bless you. And it like 8:15 and I thought, I've got to go and do fucking night time with Nelly here and I'm a fucking mess. So I went on YouTube and just typed in people who fall over. So I spent a good 20 minutes watching people falling over, lots of laughter, and I'm on tip-top form now to be with my gorgeous flower pots as the nation's favourite agony aunt. So what's tonight's show about? If you've never joined before, you're watching Nighttime with Nelly. What happens? My flower pots write into the page, I retrieve the messages, they end up on my little phone and I read them out. I don't know what I'm going to read out before I open the message, so it's off the cuff answers. All answers I give to any of the messages are purely for entertainment purposes. Once again, if your knob's a luminous green, get at doctor. If your fanny smells like Fleetwood Dots, get at doctor. This show is purely for entertainment purposes. Always cover your ass, Nelly, I've covered it. So, please keep writing into the page. Everything's anonymous. And I will start by reading out the first. Dear Aunty Nelly, shall we? Shall we? And this is when I have to put my glasses on. I have got new glasses, as you all know. But I'm sort of like using the two. And these at the minute seem to be comfier than the others. But that's only because I'm not giving the other ones chance, if you will. But anyway, so here we go. Let's start with tonight. So I'm still laughing at some of the people fall over. Does anybody else type into YouTube people falling over and sit there laughing? Or is it just me? Thank you, Shelley. I love you too, kiddo. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It doesn't matter what age, what they're falling on. It's hilarious to me. That works for me. So after watching Jade Goody's documentary and being absolutely fucking heartbroken, I went and watched people falling over and I feel a little better. In fact, I'm quite giddy and a bit giggly. So, yeah, how's your mum doing? Patty, my mum's absolutely fine. So let's get going. Yes, Facebook have enabled stars on my lives, apparently. So, hello, Jan McPeak's mum, and good evening, Jan. You all right, darling? So yes, if anybody sends me any stars, apparently I get a penny a star. So thank you if you're sending me stars, whatever they may be. I have no idea where they go and when I get the penny or whatever. But yeah, thank you very, very much if you are sending me stars. Thank you. Right. Oh, it's just me, is it, Trisha, that laughs at people falling over? I don't know. Maybe I've got a sinister side to me, but I can't help it. Let's get going. I'm still laughing at some of them I've watched. Dear Aunty Nelly. Oh, over 18s only. What else do I have to say? Oh yeah, talk of a sexual nature and strong language throughout. We can see what tonight's show's going to be like, can't we? Because I can't stop giggling. I have recently, dear Aunty Nelly, had the most amazing sex ever with a family member's best friend. Oh, heck. I really like him. Always have. And couldn't believe he was shagging me. I felt like I was dreaming. He did things to me that I have only seen on porn. Talking of porn, I watched Nigella Lawson this afternoon. She's like soft porn, isn't she? She turns me on. She's absolutely incredibly beautiful. And the way she says things like, that ginger is just rumbling through the spinach. I'm like, oh, Nigella, you fucking dirty bitch. Anyway, moving on. So, he did things to you that you've only seen on porn. Right, Flower. But now, he said it's going to be a one-time thing and it won't be happening again. Oh. He says that the family member knows now, but I'm not sure if he does. What should I do? Because he is not replying to any of my messages. And I just can't wait to see him again. I have fizzy knickers just thinking about it. I'm all confused. Hang on a minute, because I was talking about Nigella Lawson and she just sends everybody off track, doesn't she? So, she's had sex with somebody who is a family member's best friend, and now he said, I can't have sex with you again because the family members found out. And she said, no, they haven't, and she keeps messaging him and he's not replying. I think he's ghosting you, love. I think what he's trying to do is be kind, because he's like a family friend and he might see you again in future or at family do's and shit when we're all allowed out again, whenever Boris decides we're not grounded. If you're from UK, you're anonymous, I've no idea. But what he's trying to say is be kind. He's trying to say, oh, that won't happen again. We ain't actually saying, I fucked you and I'm fucking you off. Fucking chuck. It's a fucking chuck. Stop texting him. He's been quite nice with you saying, yeah, it won't happen again. It won't happen again and that's it. You've done it. You've enjoyed it. You've shagged somebody you really fancied. Fucking move on. Do not put yourself out there. Don't beg. Please, please never chase. Any of us watching this, ladies, what do we not do? We never chase. We just simply replace. So I hope that's helped you, sweetheart. So don't go and start asking like your family member if they know on that. And you just leave it. He's fucked you. You fucked him. You had a nice time. Move on. Dear Aunty Nelly, I have a problem for night time with Nelly. Well, you've come to the right place, kiddo. Me and my partner have been together for nearly 2 years and we have a fantastic relationship. But just lately, he's had problems in his ejaculation. In it? He sometimes uses Viagra to keep it up, but when he does, he lasts for hours and doesn't come. Oh. He always says to me, it's not me. It's not you. It's me. It's me. It's not you. But I always get disheartened because I feel like if he doesn't come, he hasn't had a nice time. We have tried everything we can to think of, but nothing works. Any advice would be brilliant. Thanks. Well, I know that just because he's not actually fucking chucking his mayonnaise all right bedroom doesn't mean to say that he's not had a nice time. It doesn't. You can still get lots of sexual fulfillment, satisfaction and pleasure by just being intimate with your partner. It doesn't always have to be about the big fucking displays of junk and gunk all our curtains and all our bastard walls, does it? I think you're so lucky you're not having to sleep at fucking wet patch. But it is actually, all joking aside, causing a bit of an issue and he can't come. So, he says he takes Viagra now and again. So is there any kind of other medication he's taking that may actually stop an orgasm? Is it affecting his libido? Is that why he's struggling with his erection? Does he need to go and see the doctor? Is it a medical condition? Is it a psychological condition? You know, what is going on in this man's life that he's struggling to have what we call a healthy sex life? Okay? But please, please, please know that just because men are not actually coming left, right and fucking middle doesn't mean to say they're not enjoying sex the same, or you're not satisfying them, or they're not feeling fulfilled. But I would definitely say that this one does definitely need a trip to the GP, general practitioner, just for a wellness check, just to see how he is and make sure everything's okay. And then take things from there. And sometimes when you say we've tried everything and it's just not working, sometimes stop trying. Sometimes you put a lot of pressure on yourself and you put a lot of, unnecessary anxiety in places that they don't need to be in. So sometimes, rather than worrying, because sometimes we're getting into bed and we're thinking, oh God, as if we're going to fucking come or what? What's going to happen here now? I think, that can cause a lot of stress. So rather than thinking about him shooting his mayonnaise at end of fucking night, just enjoy what's happening. And if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, that's also fine. As long as he's having a nice time and you're having a nice time and you're doing something intimate as a couple, okay? So yes, so stop thinking about it too much, but I would definitely say a little trip to the GP and do you both the world of good. Moving on. Okie dokie. What's going on here now? Where are we? Right, he's on Viagra, right, so I've done that one. Dear Aunty Nelly, hi, I'm 26. Hello there, 26-year-old child. You could be my child because my daughter's 25. I've been with my other half for 3 years now. He's 41. Our sex life is amazing. The thing is, I have ADHD. And then they put in brackets, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. I am on medication for it. So when I am medicated, it kind of stops me being horny, etc. And it stops me getting a hard-on. Okay. But when my medication wears off, I'm like a fucking horny bastard. Lol. P.S. Soz for language. It's all right, darling, because I said that there'll be strong language throughout. But my fella can't keep up with my mega high sex drive, and he does give me the kick I need. But it's when I'm really horny and he isn't, I'm struggling to control myself. I'm not looking for it elsewhere. Any advice how I can control myself when this happens? Because my boyfriend has said it sometimes come across as a bit needy when I'm this horny. P.S. Sorry for it being long. Yeah, I don't like War and Peace. There's no need for it. He's 41, you're 26. I'm not going to say that his sex drive is any different because it's age related, so that's irrelevant. I'm going to say, though, that your medication, obviously, when it wears off and you seem to have kind of like a normal libido, that maybe you're both on the same page. But when you're on your medication, you're extremely... Oh, no, is it when you're on it or off it? Hang on a fucking minute now. Oh, no. So when you're on your medication, you're on the same page as your partner. When you're not on your medication, your fucking sex drive's through the roof. Do you need a medication review? Are you another one? There's going to be a fucking queue here for fucking GP surgery. Are you another one that maybe needs to go and see your GP and just make sure that what's happening in medication is actually okay? So get that sorted. But what can you do because you're horny and he's not? Have you heard of this magical thing? It is quite magical, honestly. So let me just tell you this. But there's this thing called masturbation. And I don't know if you know about it, but it's something you can do when you're feeling slightly sexy and you're alone. I don't really encourage you to do it in public. So yeah, when you're alone. So maybe you're not on the same page sexually, and maybe you're feeling a lot hornier than what he is at certain times, and he might feel that it is a bit needy because he's not really feeling it. So don't take that as a rejection. Just take a box of tissues to the bathroom and go and have a wank. Simple as that. You know, I mean, sometimes I think, I mean, not at the minute because we can't, but sometimes I think, oh, I might just go through my messages and see who could get round because I'm feeling a bit fucking sexy. And then I just think, I can't be fucking arsed with doing my hair and putting fucking makeup on and having to put my fucking stockings on and my baby doll and fucking shoving a vibrator up my arse. I'd rather just have a wank. Do you know what I mean? Not that I shove a vibrator up my arse. I'm actually an anal virgin still. We're talking about that today, actually. I'm still an anal virgin. So, there we go. But yeah, just go and have a wank. I don't know if I've answered that correctly, but that's what I'd do, and just make sure that it's behind closed doors. Yeah? Okay. Dear Aunty Nelly, do you ever regret the amount of people you slept with? If so, why? Is this one of my exes? Is this one of my exes who's wrote in? Because, like, I can think of quite a few exes where I've gone, and your dick was shit. Right, so do you ever regret the amount of people you slept with? If so, why? Number one, I don't know how many people I've slept with. Do you? Do I regret any of them? No. Absolutely not. No, because at the time, I was obviously sexually attracted to them in one way or another, and sex happened, and sex was out of all. I think when you get to 46, some are memorable and some are not, and some you look at twice in Tesco and think, have I fucked him or not? You're not sure. So do I regret any of the shags I've had? No, I don't. Absolutely not. Do I regret not shagging some people? Yeah. Absolutely. I think I regret more the ones I haven't banged to the ones I've actually banged, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think maybe Yeah, yeah. I don't actually regret what I've done. I regret what I haven't done and what I should have done. You know, in the days when you were being right nice and thinking, I'm not going to sleep with him. I am not sleeping with him because I'm only going out on a date with him, but I don't want him to get the wrong impression. Martha Hicks, no, I'm not, sweetheart. Called me wedding off in June. Sorry, you're a bit late to that party, but I did actually announce it all over my social media. But you might not follow my Instagram stories, which I'm like Adrian Mole on there daily. So yeah, so I think, no, I don't regret the people I've slept with. I regret the people I should have fucking banged. Yeah, that's what I regret. I hope that answers that. Bit of an odd one there, but... Right. Oh God, I've just... The first sentence, are we ready? Is anybody eating? Dear Aunty Nelly, how long does the smell of my vagina usually last on my boyfriend's penis? Like, does it wear off after a while or stay on there for days without a real shower? Would it still be there or would it have been mostly washed away? What? Because I had sex with my boyfriend on Thursday, could have been any Thursday in past 3 years, and he stood in the shower for over an hour the next day but didn't use soap. The fuck's he using? Fast forward to last night, could have been any night last night in the past 3 years, and I went to give him a blowjob and he smelled and tasted like a vagina. Could it possibly still be mine or is he cheating? How many questions have you asked me there? How long does the smell of vagina usually last? That's one question. How long does it wear off after a shower? That's 2 questions. Would it still be there if he's only washed with water? That's 3 questions. And then, could it possibly still be mine or is he cheat? Mine or is he cheat? So 5 questions in one fucking question about the fucking smell of her vagina on his fucking cock. Right. Why is he standing in shower for an hour just with water? Why has not one of you thought, oh, we've run out of shower gel? Why have you not thought of going and getting a bit of fucking fairy liquid? Other washing up liquids are available. Okay, just clear that up. But why is he stood in shower for an hour with water running down him? What's he having a rinse? Rinsing what? Why is he not using fucking soap? That's number 1. Number 2, how long does the smell of a vagina last on a penis? Well, when you wash the penis, it will actually rinse it off regardless of soap. But the smell of a vagina actually is in the pubis, the mons pubis. So if he's got quite hairy pubic area, then your scent is going to be in that. And that's why people have pubic hair, you know, to trap the scent. And it attracts the opposite sex, believe it or not. And it's also there for protection. I don't actually have any pubic hair. I've never had pubic hair, ever. It just never grew. Never grew. I'm ever so blessed. Yeah, so that's that. So I mustn't have a scent. Okay, so you could smell vagina on his penis and around him. Is he cheating? Okay, so what other signs are there, apart from the fact that you could smell a bit of fucking tuna around his cock? What other signs are there? Do you know what I mean? Is he hiding his phone from you? Is he putting his phone down that way rather than that way? Is it, oh, I've had a message. Look at that. Is he doing that? Is he lying about things? Is he coming up with excuses not to see you? You know, what that would be signs of cheating rather than how his dick tastes and fucking smells. I have no sense of smell. I haven't had it for 9 years, so I have no fucking idea. I can't remember the fucking last dick I smelt. There's been a lot in 9 years, but I've never smelt one. And how do you know it tastes a fanny? How do you fucking know that it tastes like a fanny? Unless you've tasted a fanny. I mean, I've never tasted a fanny unless my own. And that didn't really taste much. I'm a bit stumped on this one. Right, so if you're having a shower, please use shower gel or other kind of soaps. If he's still smelling of fanny a couple of days on, then I'd be asking him, I'd be just saying, you know, next time you have a shower, will you use some soap? Because I don't think you're getting to bits where you should be. Oh, can you imagine pulling his bell end back if he's not using actual proper cleaning? He's just stood there for an hour harmless. Be full of fucking cottage cheese, wouldn't it? Oh dear God, I'm not enjoying myself now. Might have to turn it live off. Right, so do I know how long the smell of a vagina lasts on a penis? Until you wash it. Do I know if he's cheating? Absolutely not. Do I know why he's standing under the shower for an hour and not using soap? No. So that's your answers. Yeah? But fellas who are watching this, right? If there's any fellas on here, how long does the smell of a fucking pussy last on your cock? I don't know. I mean, when a fella comes inside you sometimes, and if it's sperm and your vaginal, here we fucking go, I'm being attacked again, and your vaginal secretions don't quite match, then it sets your pH balance off, doesn't it? And you can get bacterial vaginosis and you can smell a bit like Fleetwood Docks. But, yeah. Anyway, dear Aunty Nelly, I love my boyfriend so much that we and I would, oh fucking hell, right. So sometimes we don't get like spell check with any of these messages, okay. Stephen Freeman says, I wouldn't know. No, neither would I, Flower. Fucking hell, fire. Katie Smith says she's crying. I'm fucking crying at the fucking fact of having to pull a bell end back and it full of cottage cheese. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine being ready there with your bright pink lipstick on or bright red, whichever you've got, ready to do your big blowjob lips, and you've got it in your hand. This is me we're talking about because I've no sense of smell. So I've no idea what it fucking smells of. And then you fucking push it down, open your gob, and there's a fucking ring of cottage cheese. I mean, I wouldn't know whether to fucking twat him or fucking get a fucking pineapple ring right end of it. Fuck me. Oh, no. I mean, I've not thought about things like that. I mean, I have no sense of smell. They could absolutely fucking stink of shit and I wouldn't know. Let's go to this one now that's not spelt properly, so do bear with me, but I'll try and work it out. I love my boyfriend so much that I would happily spend the rest of my life with him, but I'm scared that sometime in the future he is going to tell me he wants to become a woman. Ooh. We talked about it and he says, no, I don't want to be a woman at all. He just enjoys wearing high heels and he owns more than me. And he also likes me to wear high heels. He also likes to wear stockings, tights and leggings as well as skirts. He doesn't like wearing makeup, however he does like to wear fake nails and paint his toenails. Recently he shaved his legs so they would look better in heels. I just don't know how to feel about this. He assures me he is straight. He insists that he doesn't want to be a woman. So that doesn't mean he can't wear heels. We've been together for 7 years over the years it's progressed from just heels to now he wears tights, skirts, leggings, does his nails, and he likes this during sex. Do you think he will decide to be a woman and leave me for a man? Oh dear God almighty. People, right, assume that men wear pants and women wear skirts. Right, okay, that's fine. That's what we assume, okay? That's what our genders are specified at from like 1613 up to 1912 up to 1950. That's what people assume. Girls can also wear trousers. Men can also wear high heels because they have feet. Anybody with feet can wear a high-heeled shoe. The fact that he's experimenting with a bit of nail varnish, the fact that he might wear a skirt now and again, and it's all behind closed doors and it's in the bedroom. You've been together 7 years. How long has this been going on for? How long have you been worried that he might change his name to fucking Donna and then fucking leave you for someone called Alan? How long has this been going on for? When things like this happen, we do question them. Okay, we do question and think, what the fuck's going on here? If you've been comfortable with him doing this for, let's say, 7 years, he will continue to do this because things that happen to us that we allow to happen to us. Okay, that's the only reason that things happen to us. So just pause there and just listen to what I've just said. Things only happen to us that we allow, okay? So you've allowed this man to experiment with high heels, tights, shaving his legs, painting his nails, wearing a skirt, wearing leggings. You've allowed your partner to cross-dress. So that's why he is doing. You've asked him on several occasions if he wants to be a woman, and he said, no, I don't want to be a woman. I just like wearing high heel shoes. I like to wear stockings. I like to wear skirts. It's a thing I like to do. And you've gone, okay then, obviously, because he's still doing that. You've not said, I don't feel comfortable with that. What you're actually saying is, I feel really insecure about this and I think you're going to leave me. So that's here what the problem is. It's not the fact that he's parading about as fucking whoever. It's the fact that you're feeling insecure and you're not quite sure where your relationship sits with his experimenting. So that's the conversation you need to be having. Because you've not said to me in that message, I don't like it, it's making me feel uncomfortable, I don't find it sexy, I want my man to be a proper alpha man. You've not said any of that. Your question is actually, this is what he's doing and I'm scared that he's going to say he's really a woman and leave me for a man. So that's the conversation we need to be having with our partners. And once again, when we allow people in the bedroom to do certain things without actually discussing it, communicating and telling them how we feel about it, these things will continue. So whether it's in wearing high heel shoes, whether it's in spanking your bottom, whether it's in putting you in a position in the bed that you're not quite feeling comfortable with, whatever we let them do, we've allowed it, will continue to happen. Okay? So have that chat with him and just say, listen, I'm really struggling and I don't know why, but I keep thinking you're going to want to be a fucking fella. You're going to want to be a woman and run off with a fella. Why am I thinking this? Why am I feeling like this? What is going on in your relationship that you don't feel comfortable and in such a relationship with us 100% trust that you don't feel he's going to leave you? Because he might fucking leave you for fucking Donna at corner shop next week. I keep saying name Donna tonight. Fucking hell, I must be desperate for a fucking kebab. He might leave you for a fucking woman next week. Do you know what I mean? There's something there that you're looking for reasons why he may want to go, and you're trying to find those reasons. So that's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be discussing, and that's what you need to be saying. Yeah? Okie dokie, flower pot. Moving on. Oh, dear Aunty Nelly, you said that some things are okay. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, it is. It is. It is. It's that one. You said that some things are okay, but is this okay? Because if you say it's okay, then I will do it. But I've never shared this with anyone except you. And let me just see how many, 36,000 people worldwide. I've always wanted to try to come into a cup and drink it and see how it tastes. Am I okay to do this? You do not, my darling, need my permission to ejaculate into a cup and then drink it. You fucking crack on. You crack on all day long, darling. You do not need anybody's permission. Make sure that you do that in the comfort of your own home, in your own privacy, away from other people, especially children and animals. If you really want to ejaculate into a cup, you crack on. You fucking crack on. I mean, I'm not quite sure what you'd get from that, whether it's a fetish, a fantasy, whether it's something that you just want to taste just to see what it's like. I am sure that the majority of men, because if I were a bloke, I would, but the majority of men who are watching my live tonight have probably tasted their own cum. Because if we have to, then you should have to. And anyway, it saves on buying protein tablets, doesn't it? It's a right good source. Apparently it's full of fucking calories. So we all know what I do in my spare time, don't we? Moving on. Anyway, moving on. Dear Aunty Nelly, I have been with my boyfriend for just over 3 years and we've 3 years? Oh, 3 months. And we've recently started having full sex. Oh, now then. Thing is, he cries oh, wait a minute, there's no, she writes like me, there's no punctuation. Thing is, he cries after he ejaculates. I have never had a man cry before. I asked if he was okay the first time. What on earth has happened, I said. He didn't reply and continued to cry. I know this can happen as I googled it. I just don't know if he's actually okay though. Everything else is okay, I guess. So what can I do? Any advice, please? Imagine sat there on Google, why does my boyfriend cry after he's come inside me? Well, maybe it were really shit sex. Maybe your fanny stinks. Maybe he can't stand to look at your face. Maybe he's thinking of his ex. Or maybe he's had such a wonderful, emotional, satisfyingly wonderful time with you that it's really, really struck him and made him cry. Have you thought about that? Maybe he's one of them like emotional people where it's like, oh my God, I'm having the bestest time in my life. Maybe you're fulfilling all his needs, all his desires, everything he's ever thought of, and it just brings him to absolute tears. Or it could be because it was just fucking shit and you're not all that. Ask him and just and don't ask him next time while he's like fucking sat there scracking, throw a box of fucking Carex at his head. Other tissues are available, but don't do that. But yeah, maybe like when you're just like doing something else, like having a brew or something, just ask him and just say, listen, are you all right, flower? You know, I've never had it. Just be honest and just say, look, I know it can happen because I've had to Google it, but is this a thing? Is it something you do? Is this something? So because I'm concerned, and I'm only asking you out of concern, are you okay? And if he refuses to talk about it, then that's where we then sit and think, hang on a minute, is this something that I want to happen? Is this something that I feel comfortable with? Because there's a lot of things that can go on in the bedroom that we do put up with sometimes, but can you really put up with this? Because I don't mind a man being a bit emotional, a bit romantic, coming out with all, oh my God, you're mesmerising, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met, this is amazing, you know, I've never felt like this with anybody. I love all that. I think that's great. But actually fucking bursting into tears after, I'm not sure. I'm not really sure how I feel about that. So you need to ask yourself that and ask him. And it might be just a one-off. It might just be because he's just like so emotional now and it'll wear off. Ask him. Talk about it. Communicate in that bedroom or at that kitchen table. Moving on. Dear Aunty Nelly, I recently started dating and our sex is amazing. I normally don't orgasm for the first few times I have sex with a new man due to me not being relaxed. But with him, I have. Oh. My only problem is, I did a burp then. Excuse me. Oh, that wasn't very attractive and I do apologise, but just come out of nowhere. The other problem is we tried doggy the other night, doggy style, and it really hurt. It's not like he's extremely large and far from small, but it just really hurt. Oh, it really hurt her. She said it 3 times. Now, before anyone gives me any advice on using lube, oh, she's telling us off now. That's not the problem because I get extremely wet. But does anyone have any other suggestions or have dealt with this same issue and suddenly overcome it? So when she's having doggy style, it hurts, but it's never hurt her before. Maybe you've got a tilted womb. Maybe you're not as relaxed as you think you are. Maybe you need to like get down as in like doggy style and instead of having your legs spread, like shut them a bit. Shut your legs, it's a good start actually. If you shut your legs though, you won't be writing in, so there'll be no show. So keep those legs spread in a safe and consensual way. If you shut your legs a bit, then obviously you're controlling more what goes in. Put a cushion under your tummy so that you're more raised. There's lots of ways we can enjoy doggy style. I mean, maybe go in a doggy style position and rather than him actually controlling it, going in and then fucking smashing you, why don't you tell him to just stand still like a statue? Stand still like a fucking statue. And maybe you move, you gyrate backwards and forwards into what feels comfortable for you, okay? Because sometimes they do smash you into next door, don't they? I mean, I've landed in Roy's bedroom a few fucking times. I've had to apologise. Do you know what I mean? So why don't you control it and see if that feels a little bit better? That's all I'd say there. And if you find that it does hurt, because sex should never hurt, then don't do it. There's plenty of other positions. Get the Kama Sutra and practice other positions that you don't find as uncomfortable. If this carries on, then do see a doctor. Could it have been a time in your cycle where your cervix is a little bit more sensitive? Have you got a tilted womb? Were you ovulating? Had you just finished your period? Has it been a bit rough with you? There's lots and lots of things here because, I mean, how long are you having sex for? I was talking about this to my friend Vicky the other week because everybody likes a bit of a marathon, don't they? They do, don't they? Everybody likes to be fucking fucked for 12 hours, don't they? In reality, you're lucky if you can manage one. I mean, after a while, girls, no matter how wet we are, after we've had sex for so long, we start to swell, don't we? So our vaginas start to swell and the wetness is on the inside, isn't it? And because we've swollen, the wetness is not actually on the outside. So you'd have to spit on it. But while they're still trying to jam it in, oh God, it's not comfortable, is there? Do you know what I mean? So, you know, and it's okay to take a break. It's okay to, you know, come in and you rip the clothes off and drag them upstairs and have a right good hour's sesh. Then have a bit of a brew or a glass of wine, watch a bit of EastEnders, you know, have a little bit of a break. And then, you know, you can maybe go again. But yeah, I think there's lots of ladies who'll be watching this Nighttime with Nelly and thinking, yeah, you're right, Nelly, we do after a while get a bit swollen and then it feels a bit sore and nothing should feel sore and it certainly shouldn't hurt. And when we've got pain in the bedroom that we've not asked for and it's not consensual, then we need to be saying, look, this isn't right comfortable, can we try something else? And when I said then being smashed into Roy's, not like by Roy, like arrived in his bedroom and gone, oh, are you right? Sorry about that. I've just got a Tinder date round. Yeah, so there you go. But yeah, we're talking about how much your vagina swells after there being a lot of sex. So have a break and, you know, you're entitled to a break. I mean, you'd have to go and have a bit of a clean up anyway, wouldn't you? Don't be having a fucking Kit Kat. You not get your fingers in when you're swollen. And that's been Nighttime with Nelly. I hope you've all enjoyed it as much as I have. After my pampering day today and then watching Jade Goody's documentary and then cheering myself up after crying into a pop towel, watching people falling on YouTube, I've come and seen all my gorgeous flower pots. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from. And I feel like I've had a night out. I've had a right nice time. I have, yeah, and I hope you have. So please keep writing into the page with your dear Aunty Nellies, whether it be Nighttime with Nelly, Sunday services, and all your review requests. And on that note, I'm going to go now. And it's been, show me your pillow, says Liam. There you go. That's my pillow, available in my shop. As is all the rest of my merchandise. But there we go. It's been a grand night. I love each and every one of you. And if you have sent me a star, thank you very fucking much. After the year we've all had this year, it means the absolute world to me that people will support me and send me that penny, because it's been difficult for all creators this year. It's been difficult for us all. But I do honestly, genuinely thank you all, each and every one of you, from the bottom of my heart. Good night, God bless, and I'll see you all very, very soon.